Several events were held here in central Kentucky today in celebration of Juneteenth, the day news of the emancipation of enslaved people was delivered in Texas in 1865. As people across the country continue to call for an end to systemic inequalities that hurt the Black community, many say this adds to the significance of Juneteenth. LEX 18's Catherine Collins has more in the big story at 11.
In Winchester, a march against police brutality ended here at a celebration of Juneteenth.
I've grown up all my life participating and understanding the importance of Juneteenth, but it's interesting that we celebrate the freedoms of our country on July 4th, but the country does not celebrate the freedom of African Americans in this country. So we find even in the holidays that represent freedom, we are still racially polarized.
For Pastor Marvin King, that polarization is part of what moved him to march in Lexington, a time to remember the history behind Juneteenth, the day in 1865 when news of the freedom of enslaved people made its way to Texas. It was the 15th annual event here in African Cemetery number 2 on 7th Street, but it brought new faces.
Everything that's going on right now, it was time for me to take part in something as well.
As protests continue across the country against police brutality, Melanie Black says the crowd here gives her hope that change is possible.
Just looking around at all of the diversity right now, and it just warms my heart.
And at Cheapside, the place where protesters have called for peace to their ancestors sold there, tonight a drum circle. Catherine Collins, LEX 18 News.